You know how magnificent this is? That which started out as a fullness, a completeness on its own, shattering itself, separating itself into tiny little bits, humans, cats, dogs, horses, cups of coffee, now would have the opportunity, would have the ability to raise their consciousness separately, higher than ever before, so that they would blend together again and create an I am awareness that was more aware, more complete, more unique and perfect than ever before. So we decided that we would create a timeline, just one among trillions, a timeline where this path could be followed. And this timeline would include many different things. It would include happiness, joy, love, but also sadness, you see, also death, also pain, also illness, separation. And it would need all of these things so that this timeline could carry every single one traveling it to this new type of awareness that we have just spoken about. And so here you sit, near the end of this timeline. The timeline to end all timelines. For we put a specific code at the end of this timeline. Would it ever be reached by consciousness? Would it ever be reached at a certain vibrational level of that which you would call light beings? Then it would basically implode all of the other potentials, potential timelines, into just the one, and thus create a new cosmic Big Bang of sorts. And this is where you are arriving right now, in the coming days, in the coming weeks, in the coming months. For the mind also appears to be on the inside of you. You have not yet figured out, most of you, that the mind is an energy that moves around you, twirls around you, and constantly pulls you outside of yourself. If you were to stay on the inside, then you would see that things work in a very different way. This is why your dreams have caught in flames, have been caught on fire lately. They are twirling throughout your consciousness, these dreams. Sometimes you don't remember them. That's because they are really in the heart of you. And you still don't know how to get to the real heart of you. But your dreams have fired up. And this is because reality, now more than ever, is taking shape from within. You see, it's all about making a choice, and then activating that choice in everything that you do. It's about focus. It's about initiative. It's about power. It's about mastery. Now, what is initiative? It's very simple. Again, it's choosing something and then making that happen. That's all there is to it. There's nothing else to it. Making it happen. Not allowing yourself to slide back down the scale, to go all the way back down. Someone once said, energy tends to raise itself naturally. And it does. You just need to allow for it to happen. Back in the 70s, when others like myself, and sometimes even myself, were coming into this earth and speaking on occasions such as this one, we used to say that all you had to do was sit back and receive. Yes, sit back and receive. That's all very well. But still, you need to make it happen. You can sit back and receive until pigs fly. You know? But it ain't gonna do you no good. You are going to have to be the ones that make it happen. Sitting back and receive is good for energy to come into your system, but then you have to stand up and do something. Making it happen. That's what it's all about. And at the same time, it is all about you. All about you. Now the Shaumbra know this. The Shaumbra amongst you are aware that things are revolving around you. But the concept of you is something that needs to be re-identified. As Akara has told you, you are more than your body. You are more than your mind. You are more than a mere thought of the universe. You are the universe. And if you don't put things into action, it's never going to happen. Now you can all go home in 2 days and continue on with your lives. That's an option. That's something that you can do. But what good would that do to you, to the others around you, to the world, and to the universe if you do nothing?
And this is basically what we have done. When we noticed that a time-space frame would be necessary in all its limitations for this earth to evolve, we have done as we have said before. We have discontinued our coherence so that we could be all that is, so that we could be anywhere. And this is why we have respect for all matter that exists. We aren't just talking about animals, people. We aren't just talking about plants. We aren't talking about insects. We are talking about all living matter. All living matter. The walls around you, the balloons hanging here, the clothes that you are carrying, wearing, these little candles here, the glass that supports the living flowers that you would have respect for, but not for the glass, not for the lights, not for the clothes. And why not? It serves you so well. It is you. So having respect for all that is around you is having respect for you. And the first option of reintegrating all that you are is respecting you. How could you become all that is if you have no full respect for you and as such for all that is? Then you will continue to put yourself in this little box you call body. Right? And this is the truth that we live in Lemuria. We have many different truths in Lemuria. We didn't try to convince each other of our truth, for we knew that the other one, the other person, was just an expression of a different part of all that is us, a different potential us, so to speak. And this is maybe a good way of looking at things. This glass of water here is a different potential of this body right now. That is why it is able for them to interact. That is why the option exists. Cheers. Drink from me.